Well, this is the second episode of the podcast. So, hello everybody. I still haven't gotten any topics because I'll be honest, life has been boring as fuck. Anything to speak about. But since I am a very social and very easily spoken to, I will just simply get a stigma. um, end up, I think, on one of the last time. I do. I need to make what up with somebody, but that I any limits. I mean, the podcast, the little W.O.L. Wait, let me sneeze real quick.
Sorry.
So just start yapping about. I got reminded of this topic due to another. I content creators. I mean, I'm not. Other do it where child the I yeah basically the underage. The video got uploaded into Pornhub, which besides being one of the most famous pornography websites out there, also does not approve of such things. And so the girl sued Pornhub after she contacted them, and they refused to take down the video. Which I don't know why they didn't, but okay. Okay, fine, sure. And then when she did, well, Pornhub just decided like, oh well, you know what? Fuck you. We're going to we're going to nuke everything that's not officially made. So basically, everything that wasn't already like a branded thing, like people who got verification on Pornhub, they couldn't post videos anymore. Which deleted like 90% of the shit on, not 90%, but like a lot of the stuff that was on there. Which, yeah, they talked about that. I saw the video. How relevant is pornography in these days? And, I have like this whole conundrum of like, why do people ask for nudes when you have boobies online? And I do have to agree with that, It's like pornography. I saw this one another video of a Russian guy going, "Stop jacking off to that weird shit online. A 14-year-old should not have as much boobies as King Solomon had with his fucking 50 wives," or whatever the fuck he said. Something along these lines, basically implying that kids our age should not have, this much pornography available to us, information we otherwise, without the internet, would not know. And I've said my point on the internet and how it's a double-edged sword, and it can bring just as much good as it can bring evil. That's the thing. We normalize pornography so much these days that it's almost scary to a certain point, you know? Like, what if even animals were like exposed to this sort of um, high? That's the thing. Animals don't. Mm, yeah, I was gonna say like, what if animals have something like equivalent to like the pleasures of mating, but only for the satisfaction. But then again, only humans fuck for satisfaction, right? I'm not sure if animals feel good during sex because that's what everybody tells me. So, but then again, dogs do constantly hump shit, and I don't think it's because they want to build a family. I don't know. My dog Pentufa, as many of you know, so he only likes men. So, where's the argument of my dog? Is my dog just stupid? Thing. I have the gayest dog around. God. uh, but that's the thing. If animals really don't do sex for pleasure, then why the fuck would my dog go hump another dog? Male dog. It could be for presenting themselves as bigger, but I don't. That sounds like some Andrew Tate type of shit, like you're only straight if you go and fuck other men's ass because just to. I'm like, what? He recently even put out a tweet saying 5 kids by the age of like fucking gay because the. Yeah, Andrew Tate is the fucking. He went off the hook, man. I swear to God. Uh, but for real though, what I think he said was like, you're only like, if you don't have like a shit ton of kids by I don't know 40, um, you're gay because you don't like fucking women or whatever. If you fuck to feel good, then that's gay as well because oh, this shit makes my tinga wingily takes good by his own words or like some he says something in similar tone, I think. And you know, how is that gay? Does that man know the definition of being gay? And I'm an expert on the field, but I think I know what gay means, and it's not liking my tingling touched by other women and not impregnating them, I think he's using like gay as a way to like say that you don't like having kids. But even so, that's stupid as shit. It's just God. People these days are so fucking. Whole podcast. Before I go into the podcast stuff, I just want to stop. God damn it. For fuck's sake. The microphone died. God damn it. I wanted to finish off just the topic of pornography and say that, in my opinion, I do think that pornography, if watched in large quantities, especially at a young age, will change your perspective on life and you'll certainly start having unrealistic expectations to certain topics because that's just how you saw interactions go. It's like, it's the same thing as abuse when people are young. You see your dad beat your mom and you go, oh shit, I should also beat women. Because, that's how your brain is trained to imitate. And so seeing that large amount of pornography, that's also going to train you to do the same shit. And that's not good. I think that, beating it is healthy to a certain extent. But then again, you shouldn't overdo it. I'm not telling you to go jerk off 5 times a day. It isn't good. I mean, it also treats prostate cancer. Hey, fuck you. uh, you think that shit treats prostate cancer? What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Shit. Wait. Yeah. Okay. There. Ooh, dog jump scare. But yeah. I am just simply going to say that I do think that pornography isn't good at all. You're cringe if you watch porn. No, not that much. Not that much, Yeah. Now, about these new gen podcasters and whatnot, like Andrew Tate and I really don't know many people who do like that shit. Like, I have this image of one guy in my mind, but I just don't know the name of. Yeah. Aiden Ross, there. Aiden Ross. They're like, I think Aiden Ross does the same content as Andrew Tate. I think they're even friends. Yeah, I think they're friends. I remember this one case where, Andrew Tate planned to flee the country, to, escape prison, while he was in court, and then Aiden Ross just reads his text out loud and stream. But yeah, those types of people. I really like some of the shit they say are okay. Like, holy shit! Wait, this is way too loud. Then again, it isn't too loud to yell. Like some of the shit they say is actually enough real. Like they incentivize young men to be better and to prove themselves worthy for, and to be stronger to do shit they otherwise wouldn't. But then again, when he says, "Oh, guys, you should be healthy and do all of this stuff and be go to the gym, work out, and whatnot," but then he also goes ahead and say, "Also, when you get a girlfriend, beat the shit out of her because women need to respect men. We need to go back to 1950s." Like what? Where the fuck did you took that from? Like it's I think the best example of like one of those inspiring people is Dantes. Dantes is one of those like league players that only says dog shit takes. That's the most dog shit takes ever. But then when his therapist, it's a joke in the community that his therapist is back. He's going to finally stop saying bullshit. When the therapist actually comes, he says the type of shit Andrew Tate should say, like to teach these younger people to be better people and not just I'm gonna beat women and y'all don't know what a relationship is, so I'm going to date you without you knowing. It's the whole argument of I'm dating this chick, but she doesn't know. But here they actually take it seriously. Like, how fucking mental are these people? I swear to God. And that's the stupid thing. Oh, Jesus. God, my headset is super loud. I accidentally opened the PlayStation menu and just woo jump scare. Oh, yeah. God. Hey, give me a second. Yeah. Okay. So. I think those people like the new gen podcasters, even though they do say a lot of bullshit, Like some of the takes before they went in the crazy bullshit whole era. I think they actually said some smart stuff. Like good advice for young people. And I see like a lot of like drop shipping cucks just. Oh, I started my drop shipping business, and it made me a millionaire. Like what? People always chill this stuff in the middle of the podcast. I don't even know what the fuck drop shipping is. I'm not interested in knowing. I just took it at face value and said, nah, that fucking shit's a scam. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way you got to being a millionaire but by supposedly reselling shit or just sending people stuff or giving them tips on how to be a better human. Like really. Oh god. That's the sad part of these days. The sad part is that people actually believe this type of shit. Like people actually think those tips will work. Like some, yes, they may. Like not every single one of them. Like you can't go and think that just because some cunt online said you should be respectful to women, you should kiss your mother goodnight every damn day, and you should let your girlfriend finger your butthole. That just because some guy says that doesn't mean it's going to work. Every life is subjective, a fuck ton, and just because some guy said it doesn't mean it's applicable to your life. That's the thing. These people try to be their own little therapist and fix your issues. I mean, you try to fix your issues by their word. They can't force you. But they try to generalize these problems and give you also a generalized answer. But then even so, even when they are supposed to work, they don't, because that's just impossible. You can't just do that to some. You can't just give a recommendation that's not specified for them and expect it to work. It's like, oh, you're getting mugged. In the case that you're getting mugged, what should you do? You should hand your money. But if the guy's a fucking psychopath, if you hand him the money, he's still going to kill you. So, like maybe in that option, if you know he's going to kill you one way or the other, you might as well just try to take his gun from him. I'm not advising to do so in any way. Please, I'm not giving advices, but what I'm specifying here is every case is unique in its way, and you can't serve as somebody's advisor or therapist or whatever the fuck. Shrimp. I think it's shrimp. Because you think you can give good advices, and if you want to be a podcaster, sure, go ahead, dude. Spit all you want. Like, I mean, look at what I'm doing, right? But I'm not giving advice to people and telling them, oh, you should do this. And, of course, there are certain things that, are can be generalized enough where a single piece of advice is useful for all cases. But, like every single piece of advice isn't the same, so there are cases. Oh God, it's getting hard to speak. I didn't bring a beverage, and the words in the English alphabet, not alphabet, but the words in the English dictionary is really making my tongue and throat start to salivate a lot. I'm sorry. But yeah. I really don't think. I think like these new podcasters or whatnot, I'm not even trying to replicate what they are. I'm just, going into a microphone and speaking the shit I want to. The best, like, quote unquote, advice and peace of mind I can give to everybody around me. I'm not going to tell you to do X, Y, or Z. I'm just telling you, well, you're cringe. You're cringe if you do this, in my opinion, Then again, it's also kind of stupid saying that. But either way. What about beverages, I was talking about how I didn't bring a beverage. Let's talk about soda. Soda! It's the fucking, what's it called? The Joe Biden meme. Soda! Okay. Sorry. I think I'm getting sick. That's why I'm sneezing so much. But as I was saying, oh my god, my microphone, my not my microphone, my phone is super dirty. Um, greedy companies. I started talking, of course, about like first thing was uh, the first thing I said was beverage companies. Even though that's kind of stupid. Damn, that's kind of stupid to just generalize beverages because yeah, almost every single company these days is greedy. So we're out of luck, guys. Oh damn. But yeah, let's talk about greedy companies and how I think we are. They are going to be like the next form of government in a way. I don't know how to explain this well, but basically, I think that in today's society, capitalist shit. I'm not. I'll be real. I really still. I don't know the literal definition of a capitalist. Um, but I do know one thing. Capitalism makes big companies go boom, and like that type of stuff. Okay, wait. I just got a new thought. Sorry. Oh God, I thought that was not my dad. It was my dog. Um, like these big companies, most of these companies have a lot of power. Power. What am I, some Nordic motherfucker? um, but big companies have a lot of power in today's world, and I think that's stupidly problematic because you're giving like control to greedy people, people who don't give a flying fuck about your safety, and those like I'm not the only one who says this. Everybody does. Like series like Love, Death and Robots or Black Mirror or I don't. I'm to some extent, I guess. What's the name? What's the thing? What's it? Crepúsculo. I don't. Twilight Zone. Yeah. I think Twilight Zone, not the vampire stuff. I'm talking about the series. I think that also had like the random episodes and random realities where everything's different. None of the episodes are connected, but they all try to convey meaning. I think that like big companies that aren't portrayed in those shows are like those shows try to spread a message that is greatly dismissed by today's people, and our like it's kind of worrying when our biggest complaint for like big companies is how they are bad at representing gay people and how they only do it for a month or whatever. Really? That's the worst of your preoccupations? Not the fact that they're slowly gaining more and more power to to the point where they can control smaller businesses and manipulate create monopoly without like for example Apple. Apple's a stupidly greedy company. They suck the money and life out of people. And the biggest complaint people have is the prices. Well, in reality, Apple is a little bit worse than that. I think I can at least say that. I'm not all that fond of Apple, as you can see. Steve Jobs died for nothing. God, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, my throat is really dying here. I can't even laugh psychotically. I give the normal Joe Swanson laugh. God. Okay. Like, that's the thing. I think there are bigger worries about big companies in today's like world that people just don't give a fuck about. And I wonder why. Why do people just not look at these things? And yes, it's kind of the company's job to take people away from those problems, like pretend they don't exist. But then, like, for example, companies like Blizzard, the creators of Overwatch and stuff like that, I remember some years ago, they had a huge controversy on Hong Kong and how, like, I'm not sure if it was about slaves or how about they mistreated workers or how they supported, like, the Chinese government or some bullshit like that. Then I'm also going to talk about the Chinese next. But like, how are people going to complain about a company? It's not even about the fact that they treat workers poorly. They had the frat man culture on it that was a quote unquote scandal for like a week. But then shit like Overwatch's new season that almost now has all playable characters from the start. Like that stays on Google's front page for longer? What? I'm sorry, what? Are you fucking insane? I, I'm not joking. I've seen the same news about Overwatch 2 on my like Google homepage, like on my phone, for longer than I've heard word about the whole Hong Kong incident. That's what I'm going to talk about it, the Hong Kong incident. It's just, how are people just, hey, everybody turns a blind eye to these issues. And it's not like we can't do jack shit about it. Look, we are people. The whole meme of the indomitable human spirit is not a joke. It's true. We might not be captured by aliens and need to take 2 shots to the chest and like pull out a core reactor of the mothership to kill them while looking like a zombie. No, just we have wills. We are free people, and people always say free will is an illusion, but then again, it isn't. You choose to be manipulated, and you choose to serve under a set of rules because you lack, your own morals. So you rather serve others than create your own set of morals and ideals, For example, I don't like saying this, but one of the big reasons I feel like Christianity is so popular and, one of the reasons it started out being so popular was because people didn't have anything else to stand by. People just thought, being Christian was going to be the be all end all. You should always live by this and never have a mind of your own. It's like, I don't like using the expression sheeple, but then again, I feel like living by the church's ideals and sets and not making up your own is a sign of being stupidly and easily manipulated, Like, how are you gonna tell me that you refused, like, you restrict yourself of certain things because an organization who is greedy? I mean, it depends on which church you go to, but yeah, and yes, I'm putting churches in, most churches, I guess, in together with the like big corporations because technically the church is a corporation, right? I think it's not a single person. It's not like God is a. I mean, I don't think God is a person, but I don't think God exists. Period. Well, that's another topic. I'm not going to talk about that now. God, I really am not in a good condition to do this podcast. I'm getting sick. I'm sleepy. I'm so sleepy. I need sleep. Okay, sorry. You guys, your ears are probably bleeding by now. But it's like, and also this is another point I want to make. I talk to quite a different spectrum of Catholic people and people who go to other churches. Like I talk to people online about their experiences with religion. Like I speak to Arabs, I speak to Portuguese people, I speak to Americans, and how each church goes like one to one, and I ask them very similar questions, and honestly, the most sane out of all of them are atheists because they don't tell me that. I mean, yes, of course, they always give me the thing that when you die, there's nothing. Yeah, and I don't think that's the case. I think there must be something out there. And then again, that's my thought. But that can be just invalidated by anything else, by any other thought. But I wanted to say, I think that, like Catholicism and Christianity and whatnot, it's to just manipulate weak people, weak-minded people who can just be stupidly easily, you know, put in these cult-like places to one big thing and they use that big thing to make people do what they want. God, I almost threw up with that one. Ugh. Not to take. I have my body is decaying. But yeah. Oh. But yeah, I really think that churches aren't as good-minded as they seem. Like, why do I have to make donations to a thing that does not pay taxes? I'm not sure how it is in Portugal. I'm not speaking about the Portugal stuff. I'm speaking about we're Americans. Since I took this from America people. So but like, why would you make a donation to something that is supposedly commanded by God and whatnot? That does not pay taxes. Does not require that much money to maintain. Like, sure, some churches like I don't know church names. God damn it. Like some churches, yes, they do take a lot of money to like rebuild and stuff. And then again, do like I don't know. That's more of a money problem. I'm not like the idea I have is that most churches are fucking rich as shit because people just constantly give them money. Like constant donations from everybody. Ooh. Constant money, like constant revenue from people who are just so dependent on this one thing to tell them what to do and what to believe. Like, in one way, it's good because at least it makes people have a purpose, think they have a purpose, I guess. But then again, it also restricts them because it also forces everybody to being in that one, it's like, as I said, then again, this is why I called it a corporation. It's like, it's in competition with other religions to make sure you only pick that one. It doesn't give you it doesn't grant you salvation if you believe in anything else other than one thing. And I'm going to tell you, if God was all loving and all forgiving, I don't think he would be, all too forgive. I think he would forgive the fact that you just didn't have the morals to, and weren't born in the place to, like, believe in his word. If that's the Catholic thing. Then again, like other Muslims, I don't even know what Muslims think or whatnot. I'm not going to study that, man. I really spent way too much looking at Catholic interpretations and their stories and whatnot. Some are cool, like the Binding of Isaac, my favorite. But still, like big poo poo most of the time. What the fuck is that? Mangle. Oh. God. Wait, I went from big corporations to this. I'm spacing off too much now. I'm sorry, people, that I'm not maintaining such a coherent speech. I'm not. It's not like I'm spitting jibber jabber, but then again, I'm not giving a full blown out sentence to finish the topic. So I guess just to finish this topic and move on to another one, which I still haven't gotten any idea which is going to be. I'll just make it up on the spot because we balling, guys. I think that the church is not that different from like big corporations with who people consider to be evil, and even still, these big corporations are also bad, and people don't complain enough about them. Like, the world is decaying, and we let the world decay. the humans really are the reason as to why the world is going to explode. We are going to kill ourselves before the sun explodes and kills us all, you know? We all say, all we do is meaningless. Kinda not, because we are all contributing into our own demise. We are all contributing into our self detriment and our self elimination. We're going all back to the lobby, guys. When the rapture comes, God won't be merciful. You will all be going to the gates of hell. But yeah. Okay, so going from God, let's speak about mobile games. Oh God, my controller looks like a vibrator. What the fuck? What is going on? Mobile games. So I'm not. I like I myself. I play a couple of mobile games on my free time. When I'm away from my computer or PlayStation, I get on my phone and play 1 or 2 rounds of Soul Knight, one of the best mobile games out there. It's now this is not sponsored. Yes, it's been by a Chinese company. Fuck you. I am all glory to the CCP, but it's made by a Chinese company. But the game is actually one of the best mobile games out there, and it doesn't even compare to like the bullshit you see like on the Play Store. The Play Store is plagued with copies upon copies of the same game with the same loophole, with the same narrative. I mean, it doesn't have a narrative. It's with the same objective of taking money out of kids' wallets, you know? And that's the big poo-poo I really don't like. One thing I fucking hate is greedy companies, man. When they just suck the juice out of you with nothing in return, you know? Useless shit. And especially when they know their product is bad and they still try to bleed all of that money out of you, you know? Some desperate kid steal that bugging out again. I was like that because it just shows that corporation games. Oh shit. Like, and that I guess this also comes back to the corporation topic and how these are all very manipulative strategies, but like a shit ton of money for like a shit ton of time to take an advertising course and know how to like do all of this stuff, only to spend your time making advertisements for children. How how do you live with yourself like that? And you tell me, well, I sleep very well. I live very well in my 5-story mansion since I got like not even the savings. And I'm like, people, I don't like how how do people do this shit? The fact that the whole go take your mommy's credit card is a joke, and it shows that it's happened a lot. I myself was a victim of this. I am not gonna lie. As a kid, I was stupid as shit, and I fell victim to for other reasons, but still, I still wasted. I bled my dad's credit card as a kid, and I regret it because it wasn't even worth it. Getting like a full deck of legendary cards in Clash Royale really wasn't worth like the $400. You know. Then I fucking hate people just thinking about it. $400 in Clash Royale at the time is probably worth 1,000 today. So, God, inflation. Uh, like, how do people make these advertisements? Fake advertisements for their games with like over sexualized boobies and women. Like, it's like, dude, don't you have any respect for your job and the shit you do and like what your target audience. Like, one thing is getting a target kids. Yes, I can understand that, but there's also, not sexualizing everything and still saying you have a child audience. You don't need to put naked women and like jiggle physics on cartoon characters on like everything because you want kids to play your game. That's so fucking disgusting. You know? Like, I'm sorry, but the fuck? How do how are people okay with this? Like, how the Play Store? This is mainly where I see stuff like this. Like Google Store, and when I play games, I get those ads, and it's like, how is this okay? How? How does some like 30-year-old guy and shit think, yeah, sure. This advertisement of two women, rubbing themselves on a fucking table is okay. For a child's game. Like, I could be playing Plants vs. Zombies and get two lesbians humping themselves. I've seen less pornography in Pornhub than I've seen in like the fucking advertisement shit like these days. Oh, what I mean? I really, it's so fucking disgusting. And as people say, everything is sexualized these days. Ads, games, at Hungalabunga's pair of huge tits, or else the kids don't play the game. And every I don't know, Barbie Jessup doll, Ken has to have the hugest cock. Why? Why do people sexualize everything? Just 5 minutes ago, I told you you shouldn't consume too much pornography. But honestly, at this, it's not even a choice. You open up your TV, it's like Family Guy. Violence in movies and sex on TV. Where are the good old-fashioned values to which we all used to rely? Those fucking 4 sentences hold more value than most fucking, game ad motherfuckers seem to incorporate into their own work ethics. Like, oh my god. I cannot play games around my friends on my phone because after one level of Jetpack Joyride, such a humble, and fun game I used to play on the PlayStation Portable, just to turn into, oh my god, what the fuck? Why is she going inside the bathroom with him? Why is she naked? Like, God, I have to hide my phone every time I want to play like a game that has ads on it. That or turn my fucking screens like colors down. I forgot. I don't like that color thingy. What's going on? Why am I burning? Okay. Like, I have to turn significantly my I sometimes I just cover my phone. I hide my phone like I'm watching pornography because actually that's what's there. No. It's not like I chose to suddenly go watch a pair of tits on my phone. God, I fucking hate this. People who like make these ads especially are aware that this shit works because it gives them money. Like better tactics. Like, for example, best on getting subscribers is just asking for it. Just people, it's supposedly, from what I've seen, like people who ask for subs in the middle of subscribe, it does actually, pump up the things and pump up the numbers. And that's basic. I don't give a shit if it's like annoying and people just skip 10 seconds over it. It's something, you know? At least it's genuine. It's a polite ask, polite request. And like I've seen content creators shit on actual good ads. There was this one like clicker game. Oh, I forgot the name of. It was like something, a monster something, monster clicker, whatever. There's a shit ton of games with came to me with the topic of, man, I really think sex. And I'm like, what? Like, no, I'm for real. Sex, like physical adoration for one another. There's enough sex incentivization in today's world that's just devaluing it more and more. And you want to add more to it? Are you fucking insane? Like, in like OnlyFans, for example, it incentivizes people, exploiting their sexualities in. This is like been just pushed to the limit by these fucking types of, advertisements and bullshit. At least in my vision. I'm not saying it's true. It just looks a fucked unlike it. Like, who, and like, if you ask, I mean, I guess it's different. It was a different time. I was gonna say, like, in fucking was still alive. Like, and you think sex should be more public? He said, "Why? It's isn't it already?" Because at the time everybody fucked everywhere, but still, like, I hate how people want to normalize sex even more than it already is. Like, don't get me wrong. Sure, if you want to have fuck buddies, go ahead. I'm not your father. I can't stop you from doing so, from like having it. But then again, don't tell me to normalize that shit, because if it needs to be normalized, then it ain't normal. You know? I think I'm not, bullshit here. I think it's an actual valid thing to say. I don't think it's normal. What the God, I'm gonna have to swim. Like, I don't think it's normal for people to just want to normalize sex in the way they want. Like, he gave me the example, like, oh, instead of just going around and hugging your little, like, fucking friends, why not just ask them to fuck? I'm like, well, because that's stupidly personal, and it's it's something that's risky as well, with, you know, even though extremely low chances, it's I can impregnate somebody, and it's looking like to fuck his ass, because I know they're gonna say no unless I go to a gay bar or something, which doesn't exist around where I live. So fuck no. And all the extremely gay, like, the gay. Oh my god! The other day I said the best. No, that those type of people. How how do you want to normalize that shit, dude? Like, why as well? Don't you get enough pussy? Enough bitches on his dick. He didn't need any more. He's just being greedy. And I'm like, desperate. How can you tell me something that is, stupid as that? Like, yes, let me, like, just. I have no words, man. I really can't. I've lost all sorts of words for this bullshit. You can't be serious when you tell me something like that. You seriously can't. I know he was for a fact because of the way he said it, but God, that's just so. It's so dishonest, and it's like no hate to the guy. Of course, I love him, but God, you piece of shit. There, finally, it stopped. But yeah, like, I really just I find it so stupid how there's actually a lot of people that agree with this take, because eventually I did ask some other people, and they agreed with him. Like, they went, I mean, yeah, sure, why not? Like, it's it's incentivizing people to learn more about their bodies and do with somebody you love that's close to you. Like, yeah, you can't just like go ask your classmate, hey, you want to fuck? Felt last week. Can I try again? Like, what the fuck? Abysmal take, honestly. And I know I have my own stupidly bad takes. But then again, it's not this bad. I'm not telling people to normalize no Chinese. I'm no Chinese. I swear to God, no reproduction. Your pull out game good. Is it? It's just so stupid how people say, like, get, over dramatic and say that it's ruining a part of what's pretty about humans and whatnot. But tell me I'm wrong, dude. Like, that you want to normalize fucking ang while, like, we watch Wally, and then I don't know, I'll give you like a snack. Like, that's something you say to like a fuck buddy. Like, God, like fuck buddies. That's the thing. I'm kind of critical in fuck buddies themselves. I think it's just a cheap way to have multiple multiple people you bang at the same time. Caring because you're not in a relationship. There's no like what's it called? There's no risks. So if you fuck another person, that's fine. The other person we won't even like we'll either not give a shit or just be okay. Like fine, I won't fuck you. No. It's I it's a shame. This is the world we came to, man. I told you guys, pornography, too much pornography intake does this type of shit to you. Like the guy probably watched one too many. Step, I'm stuck. you know, that's the thing. He probably did. I'm joking here, but he probably did actually. We in today's society consume way too much pornography for our own mental bearing, and it's disgusting. Giving us all the burden and the filth it's putting on us. To some degree, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't fuck. I'm not saying you shouldn't fuck before marriage. I'm not saying, to not take your sexual life another step ahead and just, bang people you like, but at least make them special first. Like, sure, if you wanna, if I'm not saying it's good, but if you wanna go out to a club, meet a girl, and have a one night stand, sure, okay, fine. I don't like it. I don't like people who do that shit. But sure, if you wanna do it, fine. But normalizing it between friendships, it's just nah. I can't, man. Sorry, it's just I really just can't. I can't believe people just want to normalize that shit, man. God damn it. This world is shameful. You people. I swear to God, my microphone is killing me today. Oh, it's there. Let me actually get a drink because, as you can hear, my voice is really dying. Let me just get a couple of glasses of water. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, I want to get myself wet. Oh, Daddy, I'm so wet. You know, I should probably not say this type of shit on live stream. They got a buy. Yeah, it's getting bad, real bad. Is it working now? Yippee! Okay, finally. It's not bugging all over the place. God, this this fucking microphone. That's the thing. It's not even the microphone's fault. It's the controller. The controller came damaged, and I didn't put it back. I don't know why. Like the controller they gave me had already an issue with the microphone where it bugs out a lot. Because when I use it on my PC, it doesn't have this issue. Like it never has any issues. But either way, let me just adjust my hair. Ah, man. I missed a time where life was just as simple as playing Lego and Ninjago Runner on my fucking tablet and not having to worry about my friend wanting to dick me. I'd say this if I was a girl because no man wants to dick my ass. But yeah. Uh, yeah. I really don't I really don't like the direction people are heading. And also that's one of the reasons as to why I don't want to have kids because I feel like I feel like the generation after this one is going to be really real bad. You know, it's yeah. I really don't want to have kids because even though even if I try to be like the best father ever and do like the best parenting ever, I know for a fact that it's not gonna be worth shit because unless I take like internet access away from my child for like until they are like 20 or 18, I guess, I know for a fact that they are going to be stupidly like they're going to be so affected and their friends are going to be even worse, you know? Like god, that like I shouldn't take the internet access from my child because then she would be an outcast to people outside, you know, their friends. Like she wouldn't fit because she wouldn't know the memes or like the social media people and whatnot. But you know, at the same time, if I do, they're going to end up singing skibbity toilet, skibbity Fortnite. You know, legit brain rot. Also, another topic I wanted to speak about was short-term content creation. The shorts I hate it. It's probably one of the worst types of media change ever. I don't want to sound exaggerated or anything, but I just truly feel like short-term content is the sole proof of how people rather get money than care for like their audience. And if you do short-term content, you are like you are contributing to this because no matter what, it's like the swipe, get another video, swipe, get another video. Like that's bad. That's putting the fucking attention spam down to zero to the kids. And people like adults too. My attention spam is close to like 3 minutes, and that's already bad. Like I count. When I watch videos on YouTube, I usually watch like a lot of essay videos. I notice that I click like the button to like see the time every 3 minutes, like 3.5 minutes, around those times, because I just get so bored because they just keep yapping, 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 and this doesn't happen with podcasts. I don't know why, but it's it's not any better. It's just God. How how do people think it's okay? I mean, maybe because they just aren't aware. But then again, it's not news that short-term content significantly significantly decreases your attention spam, and and yes, in a way, it is good because it incentivizes searching for other content creators. But that's just what the homepage should be. Like when you hop on YouTube, it shouldn't instantly open on the Shorts tab because I don't like watching shorts. But then again, it's brain rot, so I just get pulled in. I get dragged in, and when I realize like, oh shit, I shouldn't be watching shorts. This shit is bad for me. I like, okay, sure, I'm gonna watch something else. Like I don't care. Let me watch the rest of that pyrocynical video about Utopia at the show. And like, damn, dude. I hate how it's just forced upon you. Every single social media has it. Like TikTok started it, I mean, not TikTok. First it was Vine, then it was Musically, then it was TikTok. It all started with Vine, and even so, Vines used to be like funny, but at least they weren't like this stupid. I mean, they still were short. I can't excuse Vine. I can't not excuse TikTok if I can't excuse Vine as well. Like I don't think it's valid. But yeah, I really don't like that. Like this constant change of like videos on your feed. Like I see people who like get a video, watch 1 second of it, and if the five first words don't interest them, they just change. And I've said, no, 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 watch that video. It's funny, I swear. They watch it and they end up laughing their asses off. Why? Because they just didn't find the first second funny. And like, why this? Even like the thing like with the YouTube the monetization stuff, the limit is 8 seconds for swearing, because that's just how fast the kids' attention span is. 8 seconds. They watch 8 seconds. They change videos. What? How have you decided to make a rule that outright shows that people have a shitty attention span, and then you go out of your way for money and make another one of those brain rot traps? Like, how can you tell me these people want any good to you, any good to your life, any quality of life? And you're like, oh, it's just to spread information and spread, good facts and good forms of media. No, it isn't. It's just so they can get paid by Google because people watch shit on YouTube. Susan Wabajak, or whatever the fuck her name was, left YouTube and it all went to shit, even though it was already bad when she was here. But God, dude, I really hate small content. Small content from creation. It incentivizes such brain rot. It's disgusting. I don't know how people live knowing that, like, God, It's a shame we have to resort to this shit. Like the only when I watch shorts, in the rare occasion, it's like it's shit. Only thing I skip quickly or ads because at least those are okay. At least ads I can understand being able to skip. Just as I think, all ads on YouTube should be skippable after 5 seconds, or maybe not even skippable. Fuck it. Like in fucking TV, you get like 1 minute ads, and we didn't complain. Why does a 15-second ad, except for like fucking health issues, like you want to watch a tutorial on how to do CPR, you have to wait a 15-second video. you know, God. Or like really short videos, like for example, like sound effects, those videos for sound effects, like the nope or like bruh. Like those videos are like 4 seconds long, and some people get like 30-second ads on it, and I find that stupid. Like there should be like a rule, like videos, like no ad should be longer than the video itself. Or if it is, at least you should have the option to skip it. Yeah, God. I fucking hate how everything has a reason to complain because everything is just so poorly made. Like how do people normalize this shit, really? And how do people like it? People always complain about YouTube being a piece of shit, platform, and never really like liking its content creators. Like they stopped doing Rewind for a reason. They were just a bad company that favored content farms. In the first years, yeah, it was cool, but then I think it was like 2020, 2019. I'm not sure. I mean, 2020, there shouldn't have been one either way because of the COVID one, but yeah. I really, I feel so ashamed at times because it's just how bad of a state the world is in, and people don't do jack shit. People just live with it. People submit to this type of lifestyle, and even people who consider themselves to be like super healthy and like all of the shit, there are healthier people than you that don't work out or eat as healthy, but that are just better mentally because they don't like consume 5 hours of brain rot at a time, you know. And then again, you can just come up with the argument of, oh, you don't like it? Just put on a timer restraint on your phone, and you won't be able to use X platform after a certain amount of time. Then like, what would like? Yes, that actually is a valid point. I'll be honest. That actually is somewhat of an actual valid point because what? Oh God. Um, because then it's a reminder. Get your ass up and go do something useful with your life. And like, okay, and there's days where nothing is happening. I can understand. You're like maybe you're depressed and you don't have anything else to do with your life. I can maybe understand it, but then again, if you're like that, just don't install the applications and let yourself wither away. Let the vibe consume you. Sorry. Yeah. Man. But yeah, this is really random. I don't even know if people know about this, but fucking JoJo Siwa is now in her goth emo phase where she's a bad girl. God fucking damn it. I used to watch as like the good times of my YouTube or MLG, even though I think that's brain one as well. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and think that MLG wasn't brain rot because it definitely was. Like a fuck ton. MLG was a bunch of sounds. Oh my God, mom, get the camera, mom. Most people my age don't even know what MLG was. I just watched that shit a lot. I got a tablet pretty young. Reason as to why I'm so fucking mentally ill. I'm kidding. My phone didn't leave me like this. The internet did. But yeah, like biggest part of my like edgy humor and All of that was because of old YouTube because it was just so edgy. I used to watch people like Parasitical back in the day where he used to fake his deep voice. He used to fake his deep voice, and he would do like Hitman gameplay, and then call everybody a faggot because he thought it was funny. And at the time, nobody gave a shit if a slur was said, like a white guy would say nigga. You know, it's so stupid. No, like those times were the good times. Not because I'm racist and I want slurs to be normal or anything like that. I want slurs to be normalized so we could take the power out of them. But then again, like it was also very edgy and not for everybody, and I can 100% understand that. But like I miss the times where games were funny and it wasn't a cheap copy of the last one like FIFA or COD. I miss the times where I could hop on YouTube. I'd find original creations from like people like Markiplier with meow or bark. Random videos are just kitties or dogs just doing funny things while Markiplier with a realistic mouth said meow in their own respective sizes. Like those were funny videos, and I'm not saying that we should all make kitty videos. I'm saying like people should be original in their content. People should differ, like don't be known for a single thing. And yes, even if that thing brings you fame, you should always change and look out for more stuff. You know, like for example, Maximilian, one of the guys most infamous villains on the internet, at least on YouTube. Give me a second. Sorry, as I was saying, he basically got his little villain arc because he got power by the oh yeah yeah meme, and he went on a fucking rating streak, rating streams and being a dick, is screaming racist slurs and whatnot, you know, and that person was bad because he tried to hold on to one thing that went well for him. It didn't. People started criticizing him for not moving on, and he went on a villain arc. Oi! The Among Us meme where the guy just but suddenly went, ahora soy racista. Because he turned into a cop. God. But yeah. I think people, even if X thing gives you like fame and whatnot, like, don't suck on that thing like for the rest of your life. Like, I don't have an example of this, but I know, like, I remember a lot of YouTubers who just that did this one good thing and boom, everything. This is my channel now. Oh yeah, it sucks for one, for example. Sucks for One was a Fortnite content creator. You know, he used to do like that type of stuff. He used to be pretty edgy, and not his content wasn't the best, but it was like on the topic of McCreamy, which was also a decent guy. McCreamy was is a famous content creator as well. For children's brain rot. But at the time, like on the start of their journey, they did this like edit style compilations and whatnot for like game edits, and it was okay. And that brought him popularity. But then, what happens? They fall off, and then they go into their madness arc. McCreamy and Sucks for One went into children's stuff. People like Too Mad, on the other hand, ketamine. For people who don't know, ketamine is a strong drug. It's an I don't remember the word. It's like what? I don't remember the word for it. It's basically a horse tranquilizer that people take because yeah, I like to get high. It's extremely dangerous taken in high dosages, and it's very very easy to overdose. It's like meth in a way. except math makes you hyper, I think, and uh, ketamine makes you slow. But yeah, people like Tomad went that route, and look where he ended up, right? Overdose in the middle of an Overwatch game. See, people, if you start taking drugs, you're going to end up playing Overwatch. God. But yeah, people, he did move on. Like at least, like those people, like they did move on to other forms of content, but they went the wrong time. They didn't try and experiment with new content. I mean, it was new content, but then they never changed after that because they knew that money was good. Like kids watched their shit, they became famous. They sold merch, overpriced merch that kids bought, and like why do people buy YouTuber merchandise? I've never bought YouTuber merchandise in my life. Like I don't want to be critical because to some degree, like some designs are actually good. I really like the part of cynical ones because most, not even because of the YouTuber itself. It's just because the designs are cool. Like the TV head, his mascot is pretty nice. But like socks for one, it's a fucking pair of rainbow socks. On a black hoodie? Why the fuck would I buy that? You know, it's like Supreme. Supreme, it isn't because the brand's good or anything like that. It's just because it's a famous brand and it gives you shit. It gives you a reputation for sucking too much money out of your parents' credit card. Let me drink some more water because I screamed. I gotta refill next time. But yeah, I am really afraid of what the future holds for us. For everybody that's alive at the moment. I really want to know how, people just expect to survive in such shitty conditions, you know? Like, how are you going to normalize this shit? And like people have all the wrong ideals. I feel like we failed as a race to show what was good and what wasn't. We got overtaken by greed, and our sole objective now is to get money because, and people criticize big companies like I do, but then again, their only objective is also to get money. It's just take from the rich and give to the slightly less rich. It's not even the poor, it's the slightly less rich. And that's kind of the shame of it all. Just, I don't know, man. I really, I really don't like where this shit is headed, but sure. One shall not give up, for it is sin. One shall never sacrifice his own life for lack of hope. One shall only endure and persevere, no matter the situation. I don't care if you're getting your booty tickled by the booty tickler. You shall always stand on your own 2 feet and know what is right. Follow your heart and never listen to the voices from the devil. For he shall take me in his arms, and in the blood of Christ I shall turn into a Pokemon. God, this episode is dedicated to fucking over Christians. Why? Because it's funny! No, but in reality, I do have some respect for religions. Even with all the shit I just said, some minutes ago, I think it's a way to manipulate weak people. But even if it is to their own gain, at least they're giving purpose to some people, and that's good in a way. So yeah, sure, dudes, go ahead and do your best. All right. But yeah, let me check how long we've been going for. An hour and a half. Okay, not bad. Last one was also an hour and a half. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this at the start. I accidentally deleted the last live stream. I was like, basically, my YouTube channel had this bug where it didn't allow me to, where it had like, when I went to manage my videos, I had to scroll super far down because it had a lot of like, starting soon videos that were old live stream from like all the way back in 2018. I was like, what the fuck? I still had like Overwatch live streams there, and I had to delete those to get like back. Since I don't manage my channel that much, I wanted to delete them, get back like the recent ones up, and I selected all because I thought all meant like all of these ones because they were on a separate section. But then when I realized it was on a perfectly even number, which was the number of things on the page, that's when I realized I fucked up. Because I deleted that and like videos from I don't know, like one year, yeah, around 1 year, before I actually started doing stuff. I mean, like it was. I actually even deleted my most famous video. Uh, I had this one video of myself playing Minecraft. No, Fortnite creative, and it was the D Machina map I built on Fortnite creative. It was actually decent, and a lot of people came into that video asking for the code. I had like what 200 people on that video. It was okay, but the big oopsie was the fact that, well, I deleted it. I deleted the fucking video. And I also deleted this last video. So, yeah. Bad. Very bad. I'm dumb. And you can notice that. So, yeah. Sorry for deleting the first episode. I'm not the smartest nor the greatest with computers. Please don't bully me. Yeah. It's a shame I deleted it. It's gonna be one of those lost episodes now. Oh my god, podcast without limits. The last episode. In this episode, he spoke about how he hated Catholics. He planned to start a cult and fuck fat bitches. Which, in reality, we're all in that fucking episode. Yeah. I think that something like this, like this type of stuff I'm doing with really, really outrageous takes. I mean, they're not really outrageous, but I'm just not afraid of, speaking my mind and bullshit like that. I think that's, this type of video can never work, in like in a really popular, type of way because it's just so controversial. I mean, I guess it like worked with some people. Dantes, he tried to get canceled like 3 times on Twitter because he told people that incest was okay and how to fuck their sisters. And even though he did, get canceled twice, he didn't give a shit. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but then again, I don't care. I don't think it's going to be that famous and whatnot. I think the only people who are ever going to watch this are going to be like old versions of me, like friends in the future or friends right now, because I really doubt any of these episodes are ever going to go somewhere. Even like that's also partially because of me, since I don't really put that much effort into quality of production into these videos. But then again, I'm just some kid on a PlayStation 5 playing COD Zombies while I speak into a microphone about things that I don't like in the world. It's like, it isn't a crime. But then again, when was the last time you saw somebody who didn't do that? Like the amount of kids that probably do the same shit and give just as many fucks as I do. It's like, man. I think it's kind of stupid to just think that it's in any way unique or that I'll get far with this. And if I do, then thank you. I appreciate it. It's a dream of mine, but then again, I'm gonna get into a lot of controversy. I'm probably gonna. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. I didn't say that much, but I said some stuff that I wanted to speak about. I also wanted to speak about like Nicki Minaj and her whole dilemma. I think it was Nicki Minaj, or no, it was Ariana Grande because if she was a homewrecker, but then her videos were really good. And, the whole conundrum of should we separate the art from the artists or keep them together and despise them as one? The whole thing. Um, but I don't know. That's an issue for my future me. So yeah, thank you all for listening, and I hope you're just as deranged as I am, or else I'm going to get extremely fucked. So yeah, goodbye, guys, and thank you for watching.